Alrighty, we are in Unity Create with Code, Unit 1, Lesson 1.2. So far we have our vehicle and we have one vehicle, one obstacle, we have one script. And in our script so far, we have just our transform translate with the vector 3 forward, and it's moving awfully fast, and we want to now control our speed. So we want to actually be able to slow it down and control it within that frame per second. And we're going to add something called time.deltaTime. And in that time.deltaTime is going to represent 1 second. So grab your notebooks out. Grab your notebooks out, please. Pause if you need to grab them. And you're going to write down time.deltaTime equals 1 second. Time.deltaTime equals 1 second. This is part of the programming language. So time.deltaTime equals 1 second. And we are going to first off put in, we're going to add this time.deltaTime, and we're going to add that in. I'm actually just copying it, pasting it in there, multiplying this forward times this. It's actually going to slow it down because it's going to make it go forward, and it's going to go at the speed of 1 second per frame. So it's going to go really slow, and then we're going to speed it up because we're going to multiply that times 20. So not only, I'm going to make sure I save this and then run this, and let's see if I can get to my game. If I run this now, it's going to be 1 frame per second. So again, this frames per second has to do with what you say it's going to do. So it's moving 1 frame per second, nice and slow. So we see that's 1 frame per second. And now we want to speed it up. So now we're going to actually put in the number of 20. And so we're going to do 20. So 1 frame per second, we're going to do 20 frames per second. So put in the number 20. I hope this makes sense. So time, this is a second. So this is kind of how we control the speed here. So we want to be able to say how fast do we want to go. We're going to say 20. We're actually going to create a variable to control this in just a second, but this is just to demonstrate what this means. So again, you've watched Carl's videos. This is just to supplement with what we're doing. So again, this is where we're going forward per second, per frame, 1 second. This represents 1 second, and this is going to represent 20 frames per second. So make sure I save it. I did not save it yet. Make sure you save it, and then go back to your game. And when I hit run now, it should be a lot faster. That's 20 frames per second. That's a lot better. We might not want to go that fast. We might control that in a little bit. So that was putting that 20 in there. Having a number down here in our code, down here, is not really a good idea. This is way down in our code. We're going to replace this with a variable. So we want to create our variables. And then if you remember, I said we want to put all our variables up here. So in C#, we need to say what type of variable it's going to be. So let's see what Carl wants us to do with this. Oh, I guess he doesn't want us to do. Okay, we're not going to do that yet. So before we do anything, which is odd that he didn't have us do this yet. Well, I guess we're going to do that later. Normally, I guess at some point in time, we're going to change that. We're going to change that 22 in our lesson 1.3. So we're going to add some things to our, as you saw well, first off, let me demonstrate. When we go through this, we're just going to drive straight through that obstacle. And I'm going to zoom this out a little bit. We're going to just drive straight through this. Now it looks kind of funny. So when we play this, we're going to just drive straight through that like it's invisible. We want to be able to not have that happen. We're going to add something called a RigidBody to our vehicle, and so that way when they run into each other, it's going to hit each other and move. Now, the other thing too is we want to include some size to them. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail to that. So we're going to go to our vehicle and add down at the bottom down here, we're going to roll all the way down in inspector till you see the add component down here at the bottom. We're going to add the component, and if I type in RI, so adding components and clicking on rigid R for rigid body, it should pull up the rigid body. And then if you'll notice, there's something called a mass. And the mass has to do with the kilograms. And if you were to do a search for like kilograms for a vehicle, car weight in kilograms. So if you look at car weight in kilograms, how much does a car weigh in kilograms? So if you look at the car weight in kilograms, so you can see that a car weighs, I'd say, average car weight in kilograms. So we can copy this over in pounds and paste it in there, and to see what the kilograms are. So if you're saying that if you want to even put in like 3,000 pounds, for these, most of the cars that we have are a little bit bigger than that. This looks like a larger car. So if we're looking at, even if we put in 2,000 kilograms here in the mass, so if we're looking at the mass of 2,000 here, this is something good to have in here. So if we know that we have 2,000, we're looking at the tank, we're probably looking at 10,000, or even the bus is 10,000. You could do some research to see what you want to have in here. If we say the mass of 2,000, you, again, as you work through this and you look up other things like the weight of a person, look those things up. Look to see what maybe you might weigh in kilograms. Because again, being in the United States, we might not know these things. So again, put in the mass here for the car. Look at the obstacle now. So look at the obstacle again. Add the component of rigid body, and the barrel that I have here. I'm guessing that in terms of pounds, maybe it's like maybe 25 pounds, and that's like I'm gonna maybe round this up to like 15, between 10 and 15. I know that's rounding up big, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say 15. 15. As in the mass here for the kilograms here for the mass for this. So it's important that you have that here. They both are using gravity. If your things are starting to fall through the ground, it could be that your Y is not at 0 on here, or that you might have a slight rotation on here. So that's another reason why I use the positioning myself, and I zeroed things out when I created mine, that I have the positioning, because sometimes as soon as you hit mass and you use gravity and stuff, sometimes people's things are falling straight through the ground. It's because they did not put their own positions in. So now when I hit run, and when I hit run, that barrel should actually start to fly through the sky when I hit run. So that did. So that is works out pretty well. If I wanted to fly more, I probably could make it lighter, but I kind of like the way that went. I could try it one more time, double check to make sure I really like the way that works. That I think that worked out well, just like a barrel would fly if I hit it. The next thing that we are going to do with this is we're going to duplicate the position of the vehicle. Of the obstacle. So one thing we want to do with this is I'm probably going to do like 8 of these. And the easiest way to do this, first off, I need to create, so right here. So I'm going to click on the obstacle here, and I'm going to hit Control D 8 times. Let me double check to make sure that's what we're doing. So it says to drag it to the bottom of my list here. So here, I'm going to drag it so it's down here at the bottom. Make sure I didn't do it in the, actually, I'm going to undo that real quick. I'm going to put it back up above. I want to make sure that my environment's closed, because I just put it in my environment by accident. So that happens a lot. So make sure environment's closed, then drag it to your bottom of the list so it's not in my environment by accident. And so my obstacle's at the bottom of my list. I'm going to save this because I see it's not saved because my star is there. I'm going to save this. Now my obstacle, I'm just going to hit Control D, which is going to duplicate it. So now I have 2. I'm going to do this till I think I need 8 of these. And so as I do these, instead of dragging these out on my scene, I'm actually going to just click on the first one. I'm going to zoom this out a little bit. I'm going to click on the first one, and I know that this is at 0, 0, 25. The one that says 1, I'm going to change the Z to be 50. And I'm going to go to the second one, and I'm going to change that one to be 75. And I'm going to go through with this until I have them all spaced out till they're 25 apart from each other. So I know before people were trying to just drag, continually put them on without actually duplicating them this way. So this makes it so much easier if you're just doing this this way. And I'm almost done, as you can see, by putting them on this way. So, 200, 200, and I think the last one is 225. That's probably all that I need. 225. I think that is all of them. I can pivot around, and it looks like I got them all on there. So I can zoom in if I want to and kind of look down this. So they're all 25 apart. I can hit focus to focus in on that last one to see that I'm actually in on that last one. Is right close to the end. So again, I can watch from this view because I have both views, one from one and one from the other. And if I hit play, I will see the car run and hit those barrels, one coming straight at me, and seeing those shoot off the top of there. So yeah, that worked out really well. So I hit all those, and that's pretty darn cool. Let's see if there's anything else in this. So that's the end of our lesson 1.2. For this, what you're going to be turning into me is the screenshot of making sure that I can see all of the when you show me your screenshot this time, you're going to, again, like before, give me your whole screenshot. And then make sure that I can see your, I'm going to click on the vehicle here and hit focus. Click over here and hit focus. And then zoom out so I can see your, maybe hit obstacle 3 so it's in the middle. Hit focus and then zoom out so you can see these. I just want to make sure that I can see them. Oh, do I have one that's clear off the end? Maybe you don't need 8. I do have one that's way off the end. Do I have 2? Maybe. Are those on the road? Let me see. Focus. I've got 2 that are way off the end of the road. I only need 6. So again, this is a good thing for you to do. You don't really need 8. Looks like I only need through number 6. So I have 2 that are out there doing nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and delete those. I don't need that one, and I don't need that one. So I'm going to delete that one. So again, I only needed 6 plus the one that I had. So it's good to look at it. Make sure you go zoom out and zoom in and look at yours. So let's see it. And again, I want to see when you give me your screenshot, you should be showing me a screenshot of your screen like this, of at least one of your obstacles selected. And that's what you're going to give me, what you're going to turn into me for this, for lesson 1.2.